In today's world, everybody talks of values. We talk of value-based society, value-based education, and we also talk of value-based politics. When everybody is talking of values, we should understand what values are. What we mean by the term values. Another meaning for values is the cost. If somebody asks me, what is the value of this pen? I would say about 25 rupees. Somebody asks me, what is the value of this building? There are engineers and architects who can assess the value and say it costs so many lakhs of rupees. Please watch. Whether I am mentioning about a pen or a table or a chair or a watch or the building, we give the value of those materials in terms of money. Very interesting. We assess the value of everything around us in terms of money. Few months ago, when I had gone for a morning walk, I found a friend of mine coming with a little dog. Dog looked very cute. I asked my friend, very nice dog. He smiled and said, what funny sir, dog is very expensive. I said, dog is expensive? He said, yes. Earlier the same dog used to cost 2,000 rupees. Now its cost has gone up to 8,000 rupees. Again watch, he is giving the value of the dog in terms of money again. If your neighbor purchases a car, the first question you asked him is, how much did you pay for the car? Somebody purchases anything, first question you ask is, how much did you pay? This is very interesting perception that we draw. We are so much used to giving the value of everything around us in terms of money. Does it mean to say that we assess everything, the value of every object in terms of money only? May not be so. If I go for a walk, at least in the civilized part of the world, and if I find my friend coming with his son or daughter, I don't ask him, how much did you pay for your son or how much did you pay for your daughter? That's not the question we ask. We judge the value of everything around us in terms of money, excepting the value of the life of a person, an individual, a human being. Since you don't assess the value of a human being in terms of money, they are called as human values. If you don't assess the value of a human life in terms of money, what do you assess them in terms of? How do you assess them? In fact, I had a big dilemma in my mind as to what these values are, how to define values. Everybody goes on giving different versions of what values are. I found little later an appropriate meaning in a subtle way through one of the finest Upanishads of India, Kathopanishad. There is a lovely story of a little child, Nachiketa, and his dialogue with the god of death, Yama. The story is so meaningful. In a nutshell, the story is like this. Nachiketa was a small young boy, 8-year-old boy. His father, Vajashravas, was also a spiritual man. But the problem with the father was, he was a very stingy man and a short-tempered man. When he was performing the yajna, he was offering them to the fire. He would use appropriate mantras, Agne Swaha, Varanaya Swaha, Indraya Swaha, and would offer them. The little boy, sitting next to the father, out of curiosity, he asked him, what are you doing, father? He said, I am offering them to God. I am offering this to Agni, this to Varuna, this to Indra. Suddenly the boy, as very characteristic of every boy, he suddenly asked, whom are you offering me? Father said, don't talk about that. We don't sacrifice our sons. After 5 minutes again the boy asked, whom are you offering me? As I told earlier, father was a short-tempered man. When the boy asked him repeatedly, to whom are you offering me? The father got angry and said, you? I am offering you to God Yama. Go. And we know Yama is the god of death. People are mortally scared of death. But the story says Nachiketa was not perturbed or nervous at all. He said, okay, you offer me to Yama, I'll go. And according to this mythological story, Nachiketa went to Yamaloka, to god of death, with body. And then he went and sat in front of Yama's house. Maybe Yama had gone out for 3 days, he was not there. Maybe an official tour elsewhere. When he came back, he saw the little child, Nachiketa, sitting in front of his house. He asked Nachiketa, look at it, how humble, how transparent Lord Yama is. We think of Yama as a very cruel man, takes away the life of us, but it is not so. Yama is a personification of Dharma. That is why he is called Yama Dharma. He is called Yama Dharma because he follows Dharma very rigidly. Yama means rigid. Anyone who follows Dharma without any deviation is Yama Dharma. He tells the child, Nachiketa, I appreciate you. I really appreciate you because of your courage. People on earth are scared of me, but you come and stay in front of my house and want to meet me. I appreciate your courage. And secondly, I apologize to you. You are my guest. I made you stay like this for 3 days without offering anything. I feel guilty. And Yama says, I'll offer boons to you. Anything you want, take it from me. I give blessings. The boy says, I don't want any blessings. I come to stay with you. But still Yama says, take any blessings that you want. The first boon that the child asks is, take away the stinginess and short-temperedness from my father. Otherwise he is a wonderful person. Yama says, okay. The boy doesn't ask anything for himself. Second boon, the child says, you told me just now that everybody on earth is scared of you, the god of death. Why are they scared of you? What is death? Yama said, I can't tell you. It is only known to me, not to many people. And okay, the boy said, okay, can you conquer death? When I read Kathopanishad for the first time, I thought Yama would say, it is not possible to conquer death. But in a very subtle way, Yama says you can conquer death. You can conquer death not by your body, but by your deeds, by your good works. The message is so clear that if you live a good life, live a very standard life, a life of dharma, you don't die. You leave a heritage behind you, a legacy behind you. It remains permanent. And that kind of life of value you should lead.